The question is, why is silver in a structured form more valuable than silver in an ionic or a colloidal form? It's this simple. If I were to take silver and one atom of silver, and let's call that this right here, that's silver. Now let's say that that can steal one electron from this bacteria. That's terrific, that dies, but this is now neutral. Unless we add enough energy to this simple silver particle that it now becomes energetic enough that there are 4 silver particles bonding together. And they bring with it an entire structure of oxygen and hydrogen, because 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen is water. You're now structuring the silver into a situation where you have hydrogen, oxygen, and by doing so on every one of these, you end up with a structure where they share electrons. So they bond together, and because normally the silver is missing 1 electron, now by binding together they're sharing. And they're sharing with oxygen. So it becomes a crystalline structure. And in certain scientific papers by Rustum Roy, he lists that Ag, or silver, 404, which is this right here, is a very valuable killer of pathogens. But because it's in water, and there's all this hydrogen and oxygen everywhere else and other silver particles, it only exists for about a second maybe. And then it becomes Ag6 or Ag5 or Ag12 or Ag1 because there's so much water it's pulling it apart, sticking back together, pulling it apart, sticking back together. But when we add enough energy right here that this becomes structured water, it makes a matrix that holds this into place longer. So 40% of the time, we have these crystalline structured silvers ready to kill, as opposed to the other hydrosols that only kill for like a 10,000th of a second. And then they fall out of solution and they go back in. Now, as opposed to a single silver that only kills 1 bacteria at a time, it becomes totally neutral after 1 kill. So, I've said this before, ionic, colloidal, and other silvers basically are a single shot revolver. 1 shot, 1 kill, they're neutral. But when you put it into a structure that includes oxygens and hydrogens, you now have the ability to steal an electron right here, and it sends a charge to this, which then can steal an electron, sends a charge, sends a charge. All these have charges. Where does the extra electron end up going? It actually ends up going into the oxygen, and the oxygen is already saturated, and it actually fires off like a rapid-fire machine gun, 1 silver electron at a time, as well as steals 1. So now this crystalline structure is stealing an electron, and a 10,000th of a second later, it's firing 1 off into a bacteria, stealing, firing, making this structure more energetic all the time, exposing oxygen, which kills pathogens like cancer cells, like virus cells, like bacteria cells. All the time, these singlet oxygens are being released, and you're getting multiple methods of killing with a structured silver. And place it in an alkaline system that your body recognizes and can use every single day. This is why structured silver is far better than just a single silver or an ionic silver or a colloidal or even the hydrosols of the past. This is new and improved silver.